What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, Shiba Inu's prices made the move that we were talking about yesterday, and I want to let you guys know exactly what I'm seeing right now and what I am expecting next. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight to the video. Now, don't forget, if you do want to trade a little Shiba Inu yourself on up to 50x leverage and many other cryptos on up to 500x leverage, although I highly don't recommend going all the way up to 500x leverage, you can check out that BTCC link down below, guys. When you do sign up, if you deposit anywhere from $500 to $100,000, they're going to give you a 10% bonus on your first time deposits that you can use to trade. So say, for example, if you deposit $1,500, they're going to give you $150 extra to trade, and say that 150 turns into 500, that profit is completely for you. So this is literally an opportunity to get free gains. And during a bull market, when there's a lot of gains to be made, that's a ridiculous opportunity. It is one of the best deals I've ever put together. I do a ton of trading on BTCC myself, so feel free to go check that out down below. Let me know what you think. Now, let me give you a little bit of context as to what we talked about in yesterday's video so you know where I'm going to be going with today's video. So in yesterday's video, we talked about the fact that we saw Shiba Inu's price put in some bullish divergence. We saw, of course, this low into the higher low. And then if you go pull up your RSI, we saw the low into the lower low. Now, in an instance like that, I said, hey, there is no guarantee, but I do want you guys to watch very closely, because if Shiba Inu's price does start working its way back up towards this red box, I think that we can break it. I think we're going to have that bullish momentum. I think this was a good enough cool down phase. It feels to me like a breakout for SHIB could be less than 24, 48 hours away. So watch this red box very closely between roughly 2572 and 2619. Well, what do you know? Of course, Shiba Inu's price did use that bullish divergence as we thought, and then broke up towards the upside of this box, putting in a bit of resistance up here, currently now pulling back. And so today we're going to be taking a look at what is going on now, what this means, what you need to be watching out for, and what I'm expecting next. So let's get into it. And guys, look, I will let you know if at any given point this video feels a little bit complicated, confusing, anything like that, at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about a beginner's course that I did just release. It's called Technical Analysis for Beginners, and it's over in the Discord server, okay? So stay tuned for the end of the video if you want to learn how to get into the Discord server and all that good stuff. I'll leave it there. And if you are a more advanced trader or a technical analyst, definitely stay tuned for what I'm going to announce later on, okay? So what we got now, let me just break down what happened. So Shiba Inu's price put in bullish divergence, then used that bottom, bit of a double bottom there, to work itself back up, ran into this resistance zone, and then absolutely giga-centered through that resistance zone. Now, as it broke through this red box, you remember I told you all, hey, there's a two-step equation here. It has to break the red box. It has to break its short-term Fibonacci zone. If it can do both of those, we're going to be in a spot where I think SHIB's price might come back up towards this 3.6 to 3.2 level. I think we can make this move up here. And of course, at that point, that would have been a beautiful move. I mean, it's 45% towards the upside. But you have to see it break these two levels. And what you can see is that it broke one of those levels, but it's now struggling to break the second one. The second level of resistance that we're watching now is the 618 to 786 Fibonacci zone for SHIB, which is roughly between the 272 level and the 285 level, roughly. What you can see here is that this is now its Fibonacci resistance zone. And put simply, the Fibonacci's are just zones that you can expect to see resistance or the price to get rejected off of, right? And so what we can see here is, yes, that Fibonacci zone says that this is the next point of resistance, and you can see how SHIB interacted with it. I mean, like, people say all the time, right? Like, the Fibonacci's don't actually work. Look at how it closed. Look at how for, 12, 16 hours, SHIB tried to go into it, got rejected, tried, got rejected, tried, got rejected, and was getting these closes directly below it. Guys, these aren't coincidences, right? The Fibonacci's are not coincidences. They are one of the best tools on earth. And so because of that, whenever I look at this, I see, okay, well, we got rejected off this level, and now we're pulling back. So that leads me into what you need to be on the lookout for today. Okay, let me tell you what we're looking for today at this very moment. The goal for Shiba Inu's price remains to be to break above this 272 to this 285 level, right? This is the goal. If we can do this, it opens up the door for a 30, 40% move upwards. And if we know that this is the goal, then what we know is that right now we have an opportunity to make that goal come true. Because what Shiba Inu's price is doing at the time of recording is it's trying to flip this point of resistance into support. We had resistance there, resistance there, resistance there, over and over and over again, forcing the price down. And now that we're above it, what's going to have to happen, or what Shiba Inu is going to try to do, is try to flip that point of resistance into support. If it can build a foundation here, I think there's a very strong case to be made that SHIB's going to try to push back up towards this red box again and maybe even surpass it. And so knowing that this could be the foundation needed to be able to break not only just this box, but to open that door towards the upside like we've been looking for, it's incredibly important that you watch this area like a hawk. Do not let your eyes off of what is happening right here, because quite frankly, guys, if we do lose this support here, if we do see SHIB's price falling below like 256 or something something along those lines, there is a chance that we come back down towards that 2-2 level. Maybe this is a fake out and we just head back to the bottom side of this range, and now we got to restart. Now the bulls have to restart, the bears have to restart, and there is then again that new chance that we do see SHIB's price start pushing even lower outside of the bottom of that range. Because when you have a range, you break to the upside and then you lose support and you re-enter the range, there's an increased likelihood that you're going to break to the downside. And I personally don't really want to see Shiba Inu's price fall, 18% or 20% to the downside. Although it's not the end of the world, and I wouldn't even really care that much because in the grand scheme of things, it's still above these 3 red lines. I just don't want to see that happen. I would love to see SHIB's price be able to make that move upwards, but that's all going to really come down to whether or not it can build some support here. So the next 2 steps are that we build support here, we use that support to push back in the red box. That's what we're looking for. If that comes to fruition, the door to the upside is still wide open, but I would not be doing any major buying on SHIB right now until I see that move. Basically, all I'm going to do is sit back and watch. If SHIB's price does pull back to the downside, then maybe I'll start doing some accumulating down here. But my primary focus is that if we want to see SHIB's price continue upwards and actually make an upwards move, we have to hold support here and break resistance. And so be watching this like a hawk. There are no trades today. There are no setups today. You guys know sometimes I like to be able to give you guys what I'm doing, buying, selling, longing, shorting, whatever. But some days like today, you can't force a trade. You can't force a buy or force a sell or force a short. Sometimes you just need to watch how the structure is developing, because when the structure continues to develop, it's going to give you much more of a bigger picture as what's going on. And that opens the door for trades. That opens the door for buys and sells and things like that. So right now, keep your eye on this red zone currently between, again, 257 and 262. If SHIB's price can hold support here and continue upwards, we're looking good. But if we lose support here, guys, do be ready. We might see anywhere from a 5, 10, 15% fall towards the downside, and we re-enter into this range. And so I'll continue to update you as it does play out. Don't worry. Every day, sometimes even twice a day, I'll let you guys know what's happening here with SHIB, but keep your eyes on the ball. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if any of this was confusing, over in the Discord, I did just recently release Technical Analysis for Beginners. This is a 30-minute video that goes over all the basics of technical analysis, vocabulary, structures, candles, etc. It also comes with the 18-slide PDF, which comes with some cheat sheets and things like that I use for technical analysis. In addition to this, over the coming weeks, I'm releasing 4 more beginners courses like this one on fundamental analysis, leverage trading, meme coin investing, and altcoin investing. On top of all of that in the Discord, I also post my thoughts and insights on pretty much a daily basis. I have daily technical analysis reports that go out, and I have fundamental analysis reports that go out. So all of you who are maybe a little bit newer to the world of crypto, for $5 a month, you can join the Patreon, which gets you in the Discord, and you can get all of that stuff. 5 courses for $5 a month is crazy. Now, if you're more advanced, tomorrow or Monday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, I have the premium tier releasing, which is going to come with coaching, weekly workshops, more courses, more lessons, private Q&As, and a bunch of more advanced stuff. So stay tuned for that. Stay on the lookout on Monday. That'll be releasing. That's going to be $17 a month. So go check that out. Also, if you are advanced, don't forget you can check out trading some Shiba Inu over on for about 50x leverage over on BTCC for a 10% bonus on first-time deposits between $500 and $100,000. So go check all that stuff out and stay tuned on Monday. Those of you who are more advanced, because again, that's going to be a big moment. So with that in mind, this is all we're watching for Shiba Inu right now. Keep your eye on the ball. Stay on the lookout for what happens here, because it really is going to determine very likely where SHIB goes over the next couple of days, maybe even the next couple of weeks. And so with that in mind, again, I'll continue to update you. Be on the lookout. Probably another video in about 24 hours from the time you watch this one. Stay tuned for that. Turn on those notifications. I have maybe 2 or 3 more vids dropping today. I'm going to be back home tomorrow, back in the studio, so the video will be a little bit better. So be ready for that. I can't wait to see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.